I think I was in second grade. And I realized that if I played an instrument, I could leave class for an hour each week. So I was like, oh, well, why wouldn't I want to do that, right? So I learned the violin, which I was terrible at. It was terrible. After a while, I decided just not to do it anymore. And I picked up the trumpet later on in sixth grade. And that's when I really got into music. I really just started listening to classical music like crazy. I would go into like the budget recordings and buy all these classical CDs. I think my first one was like Beethoven's 9. I don't know who was conducting, but it was 99 cents, you know? Just listening to classical music, it was just, I mean, it was just the coolest thing. You had all these instruments playing, so many different elements. You had, you know, singers with an orchestra, and it was just like this huge production. And I just loved it. There was something about making music with other people that was really, really cool. It wasn't until I was in high school where I discovered singing. And it was mostly because I was in the pit orchestra and I was watching the musical at the time. And it just, you know, the guy on stage, every time he sang, all the girls in the orchestra was, ooh, look at that, it was great, wow. And I was like, well, I want that, why not, you know? They're not doing that to trumpet players, why not? I was fortunate enough to make my debut at the Met in 2007, and I was 25 or 26, I think it was 25, and I was singing Arturo in Lucia. And it was a big deal, it was an opening night production. I was super excited. I didn't think anything like that would ever happen. It was incredible. It was just a life-changing event. You get to work with some of the most amazing artists in the world. I mean, and amazing conductors and amazing musicians in the pit. There aren't many places that are like it. Once you're on stage at the Met in front of all those people and they've accepted you, it's kind of, well, I can pretty much do anything. You feel like Superman. My wife's Eileen Perez, she's a soprano. It's great to be on stage with an artist as great as Eileen. Working side by side with your wife, I mean, not a lot of people get to do that, so you're very fortunate in that aspect. But then again, there are times where you come home by yourself for the past 4 months because, you know, I'm singing in one city and she's singing in another city. Thank God for Skype, things like that. You can, you know, see each other for at least 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, and that's, you know, then you have to go back to your life. I think that opera is going in the right direction, especially with the HD transmissions they're doing next door at the Met. It's unbelievable. I can watch my friends on TV now when I'm in another country performing. You know, I don't have to miss what's happening in New York. I like how they're trying to branch out to young audiences. I know some people don't agree with some of the productions that are being done, but you know what? A lot of young people out there that want to get interested in opera aren't going to be as interested in some of the older productions. I mean, because it's just from a different time period. Everything evolves in life. And I think that if we don't evolve opera somehow, it's just going to be a lost art form.